van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and he has... What do you think, Sarah, of this canyon right here?
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions. So. Ms. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening? Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.
How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. Oscar Blue right here for Border Negro News, broadcasting you live from Tijuana, Mexico. The internet is lagging a little bit. Hopefully it will get better. Thank you so much for joining in. Share this video out. Help me out with the like button on the Facebook page. And also we're live at YouTube. So help me out with the like button on YouTube. Let's like the video and let's share it. As you know, when you are bringing these topics of socialism, immediately the internet or the platform starts to not work. So, God bless everybody that is watching. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us 2 legs, two arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. This is a really, I will make this video, I will make it kind of short, so I will explain in a synopsis what is going on and what is going to happen and what is happening to our country of Mexico. First and foremost, I'm going to do this video in Spanish because there is a libertarian which I follow. Her name is Gloria Alvarez. She's from Guatemala. She's extremely intelligent, and she explained on a video the other day what is socialism to all the millennials that I consider that I am a millennial myself. I am a, cassette millennial. But she explained socialism so perfectly done in a 25-30-minute video. And which I learned a lot from reading all the 3 books that the Socialism and the Communist Manifesto, what they are going to do to our countries and what they're doing right now to the United States of America. As you guys know, the United States of America, it is not the same country that it used to be in the world. It is not the same capitalist country that it used to be in the world. And it is obvious right now that in terms of national security, the United States of America, it is not the same country that it used to be in the world. It is sadly, they're destroying it. Their main objective is to destroy it and to ultimately collapse their economy and, capitalize out of their economy to other countries of the world and to ultimately also colonize the borders, automatic destruction of the borders. But somebody's saying, please don't speak too fast. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but can't stand it better when someone don't speak too fast. Thanks in advance. I don't know what I can do for you. That's the way I speak. So, I speak 3 languages. So I don't know what I can do for you, but I will try to do my best to explain to you in Spanish later on this afternoon. So I wanted to bring this topic up because it's extremely important for all the millennials to understand what socialism is. And I never have brought this topic because it takes too long. But I will try to do it. I will try to do it as resuming as better as possible. I will try to do the best that I can. Socialism has 2 phases, has two etapas, has two phases. And it has one phase that is socialism and the other one that is communism. In the Communist Manifesto, you will actually think that is the new age of the new man, the change of the new man. First, you got to achieve socialism. And what is happening to the United States of America, it is the changes into socialism. As I'm going to put the 10 points of socialism and what is communism later on, it is actually what is happening into our country of Mexico, and it is ultimately happening into the United States of America. First and foremost, I would like to explain to you guys how the economy of the United States of America, it is not the same that it used to be. This hurts because that is the country that I admire. That is the United States of America. It is, for me, still is the best country that exists in the world. It is the land of opportunity, the land of the world, but the land of the free, the home of the brave. I'm sorry. But this is sadly what it is. And this, according to this article by Yahoo, and you can get into all the articles that you want. The 10 top capitalist countries that exist in the world, first is Hong Kong, then is Singapore, then is New Zealand, then is Switzerland, then you go Australia, number 5, Canada, number 6, Chile, a South America country, 7, Ireland at 8, Estonia at 9, United Kingdom at 10. Those are the 10 most capitalist countries that exist in the world. There's other articles that they're showing you exclusively that the economy of the United States of America, it is not the same anymore. And there's other top 10, articles that they're showing. It variates. This was from 2017, the one that I've shown you. And this one just was from 2019. And this is the top 10 most capitalistic countries are Hong Kong, number 1, Singapore, number 2, New Zealand, number 3, Switzerland, number 4, Australia, number 5, Ireland, number 6, United Kingdom, number 7, Canada, number 8, United Arab Emirates, number 9, and Taiwan, number 10. And it says on the bottom, sadly, it says the United States ranks 12. Its weakest points are its massive government spending and poor fiscal. This is what I was explaining to you guys not too long ago. That the way to collapse the United States of America economy is by passing these bills, these massive bills. That this has ultimately happened in Venezuela, in Cuba, in all the socialistic the countries that they have tried socialism and they have tried communism. That for all these people that they're saying, oh, you're just going to put Venezuela and Cuba as an example. I will put you how many on screen, how many countries they have tried socialism and communism that have failed. And it is almost half of the world that they have tried socialism and communism. And ultimately, how many people have died of trying to achieve socialism on the first phase and going on communism on the second phase. So this is the top 10 economies right now that exist in the world. Now, this right here, it is the Communist Manifesto. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue. If you'd like to contribute to our travel fund and to our independent reporting. Buy me a coffee. It's on top of the link if you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you all. So this is the first one. All the communism and socialism base themselves on three books. This is what exactly is happening to the United States of America, and it is transforming into this. Now, why am I doing this? Because all these millennials, they want socialism and communism. And the economy in the United States of America is not the one that it used to be. The national security of the United States of America, it is not the way that it used to be. So it is clearly they're changing it drastically into a new system. And it is this. The first book that you guys have to read is Critical Program by Goethe. That this was written by Karl Marx. This is the first book, and it talks about how they tried in the era of 1875. It talks about how the industrial age, they tried to create an association in the Congress of Kata, that it was an association general of workers with the Marxist political party, the Social Democrat political party. Look what it says. Social Democrat political party of over there of Germany. This was the first book. So the second book was this, Das Kapital, that is talking about the capital, written by Karl Marx. And this book has three basic, points. It is the economy, that is talks about the exploitation of the workers, that, this book does not work. The rights of property, that is going to expropriate all your property rights, that I will explain how 10 points and what is exactly happening right now in Mexico, what is exactly happening right now in the whole continent of America, and what is happening, what is going to happen in the United States if this doesn't get stopped. And the last one is the fight between social classes. That is one of the points that Karl Marx has said in his book on the manifesto, on the last one, that is this, it is confrontation. That is the Manifesto Comunista, the Communist Manifesto. These are the three books that you guys need to read for order to understand how the United States is turning into a socialistic, and why they're trying to turn it into a socialistic country. Now, what are the 10 points of socialism? There are two phases, people. Nobody explains this. The first phase, it is socialism. It is not communism. The first phase, it is socialism. In the first phase of socialism, look at the 10 points that I will try to explain to you right now. The first, to turn into communism, you have to go through this, to the change of the man, that between the transformation of the man of thinking, it is not I, it is we. That is the think of Karl Marx. And, that was the thinking of Karl Marx. That was his mindset. It is not me, it's we, right? So the 10 points of socialism to transform yourself into communism, first and foremost, is abolition of private property. You will not have private property. You will not have private property. This will completely be eliminated. And it is happening right now in Mexico, where they're taking over private properties and they are expropriating properties to give the control to the state. Look at the second thing that is happening that Joe Biden is doing to your country. That is the number two of the first socialist phase. It is progressive income taxes. This is actually happening to the United States of America. Progressive income taxes. This is number two. Number three, abolish the rights of heritage. All that has been inherited to you, they're going to abolish that. Every property, every money that is going to be inherited to you, they're going to abolish that. Why do they do that? So the banks will have control of all your money. That is actually happening in France. That is actually happening in Canada. That is actually happening. It is going to happen in Italy. It is actually happening right now. And in Spain, it is actually little by little. These phases are continuously happening to you. Confiscate migrant property. What is that? It's not migrants. It specifically says no external capitalism investment. No external capitalist investments. This is why the United States right now with Joe Biden is closing the doors with international investments. You don't see Joe Biden negotiating right now with international countries to negotiate, to expand. They only have their number one deal that is going to be expansioning the economy. Which one is it? It is the Paris deal. That is the only one that is his political interest. Other than that, you will not have no international investment from no other country into the United States of America. This is exactly what is happening to Mexico. Mexico is collapsing right now because they don't have no international investment. No capitalistic country is coming. No capitalistic investments are coming into our country. Now, centralizing of the credit, the state has control of everything. The government has control of everything. Remember that is the number one thing to give the power to 1%. 99%, it is the population, and the 1%, it is the dictators. That this is how it has happened before. The centralization of communication and transport. Censorship. The one that has control of all communication, of mainstream media, and all of it, it is the government. It is the state. Right now in the United States of America, as I'm broadcasting, it is big tech. Right now in Venezuela, only one that has control of social media, mainstream media, it is the government. In Cuba, they're taking, what happened just in Cuba with this protest? They took away the internet. They took away the communications, the phone line communications. They took away everything. The only one that has communication and the only ones that have ultimately the control of the communication, it is the government. Another one, expansion of state enterprises. What is this? The state has control of all of your property. Number 8, distribution of equality in work. What is this? If you have so much abilities, that this has happened in Venezuela and in Cuba and all other countries. If you are a doctor, you make the same wage as you are a person that has never, that has no ability, that has no capacity to have the ability to work in a certain particular level. Number 4 has the same level. Number one has the same level. Number five, everybody's equal. This is exactly what is happening in Venezuela and Cuba. And this influx of migrants, that is a colonization of the borders, is particularly having this goal to everybody have the same level of capacities and capabilities of work. Because a lot of the people that they're migrating into the United States of America, and sadly, I will say it, a lot of them, they don't have not enough job skills. So you're going to put them in exactly a one social class. And that social class, it will transform the other social class to be at exactly the same level, because the population, it is going to be exact numbers, exactly the same. That is the number one purpose, to turn it into that. Slowly, it is transforming into that. The combination between agriculture and the industrial manufacturers. This is the same value. The Paris. This is exactly what the Paris deal is about. You give the same value of an external industrial, company. It is exactly the same value. Capitalism will not exist. There's no competition. All of it is the same. Number 10, education, free education combined with industrial production. What is that? Everybody knows that education is not for free. Everybody's going to pay for education. Everybody knows that. Every single one of us, we know that education, it is not for free. You're going to inevitably pay something. But look what it says right here. It says education, free education combined. Combined with what? With industrial production. What is industrial production? Child labor. You're going to put kids to work in the industry so they can pay their education. This has actually happening in Venezuela. This is actually happening in Cuba. Those are the two most examples that all these communists, they say, well, you don't have no example of other than Cuba and Venezuela about communism and socialism. So, for all you people to order to achieve communism, you got to go through the first phase, that is socialism. When you achieve all these 10 steps, you are now transformed in the eyes and in the mind of Karl Marx into this new man, that it says it is not me, it is we, right? So if you already are seeing this kind of transformation in your country, let me tell you that you are on a verge of transforming into first a socialism country, and then transforming into the next phase, that is the communism country, that is this. Phase 2, the new society, the new man, where the state does not exist anymore because the government and the dictators have taken away all the power. There's no existence of money. It's all production, and there's no existence of private property. Who has the private property? The dictators, the leaders. And what is the example of how they're going to manage it? It's like a warehouse, and everybody is equal in that warehouse. One that makes, let's put an example. If you have a warehouse where you are working at a pencil factory, and the guy that has one capability of making one, and the guy that is really talented makes 20, he's going to make exactly the same salary. So it's one social class. So it is not thinking about me. It's thinking about we. So when you achieve the first step, that is this, socialism, that is the Communist Manifesto, it comes with this. So to achieve these 10 steps, you move on to this, into the second phase, that is communism. Now, you see all these people right now saying, and all these young kids, all these generation of crystal, that they want communism in their countries, and they want communism in the United States of America, but they never talk about how many, and excuse the writing right here on this page, but they never talk about how many countries they have tried socialism and communism. And these are 33 countries that they have tried. And you can Google fact check me. You can do whatever the hell you want. Google fact check me on how many countries they have tried socialism and communism, and it has failed. First one, the USSR, Slovenia, Belarusia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Armenia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Lithuania, Moldavia, Estonia, China, Vietnam, Laos, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, Romania, Yugoslavia, Germany, Bulgaria, North Korea, Cuba, Cambodia, Ethiopia, Angola, Mozambique, Nicaragua, Afghanistan, and the last one, of course, Venezuela. So if you guys want to try to just justify to all these millennials and to all these people, new generation of crystal, to say there's only 2 examples of communism and socialism, these are 33 countries that they have tried socialism and communism, and it has failed. So why the United States economy is turning into not on the top 10 capitalistic countries, because they're trying to achieve this right here. They're trying to achieve the first 10 steps of socialism, that is phase 1. And it is a reality, and it is the truth about what they are doing. A lot of these things, they're happening in the United States of America. A lot of these Congress people, they are now transforming your country into a socialistic country. That is the #1 phase. This is why they don't want you to read the 3 books of Karl Marx. They don't want you to understand what are the phases of socialism and transformation to communism. These, if your country is suffering these steps right now, watch out, because they are on the verge of transforming into a socialistic country. Now, why socialists and these generation of crystals, they don't talk about how much suffering they have caused as what is socialism and communism, what they have caused into the world. They don't talk about this, right? What is that, Oscar Blue? Let me drink some coffee. What is that, Oscar Blue? These are actual statistics given out by the own government, socialist government or communist government, of people that they have died under a communist and socialist government. These are their own stats. So if you see right here, how many people they have died under USSR, under communism and socialism? 20 million. How many people in China? 65 million. How many people in Vietnam? 1 million. How many people in North Korea? 2 million. How many people in Cambodia? 2 million. How many people in Eastern Europe? 1 million. How many people in Latin America? 150,000. How many people in Africa? 1.7 million. How many people in Afghanistan? 1.5 million. In total of 94.3 million people, they have died trying to live under communist and socialist country. Now, again, I will return it back to this. This is what is actually happening right now into the United States of America. To every United States citizen right now, and I will do this video in Spanish because it's extremely important to tell the our Mexican people and also Latinos what they are trying to do with Mexico also, that is exactly this. And what they are trying to do extremely with the United States of America right now. As you guys see this stat, the United States have never been under number 10 of the most capitalist countries in the world. And right now, they are in number 12. They were brought up under the Trump administration in the top 10. Now it has gotten, after COVID, it has suffered. Now the United States is a number 12. They haven't recovered into what they want. And still, like that, not recovering, they're giving out billions of dollars to all across the world. And still, like that, the United States of America collapsing with jobs, enforcement of the mask, and future lockdowns because it's coming, Delta variant. Still, like that, they want to give out $4 billion to Central America. Still, like that, they already passed a 900 billion bill to help out foreign countries. Still, like that, the United States is receiving millions of people at the border without no COVID tests, without no, specific, ultimately no vaccination. The United States is their borders. And I'm not creating hysteria like these leftist, incompetent writers. They say, no, the United States is collapsing little by little. I don't like to use the word invade because it is particularly, that's not my country. So I'm not going to use that word. Other people can use it because it's their country. But I will use this. Mexico, my country, it is being colonized at the border. Ultimately, all the borders that it hit into the United States of America. Slowly, little by little, the United States borders are collapsing little by little. Look at the border of Texas. How much that border is going to take. How much that border is going to take. So for everybody to know, this is how your economy looks like right now. Hashtag enough is enough. Hashtag enough is enough at the border. Hashtag stop the colonization. Stop it. This is how your economy is looking at the border right now. This is how your economy is looking in general. This is how your economy, it is not shifting into the top 10 economies, capitalist economies of the world. For God's sake, the United States of America was the #1 capitalist country of the world. Since the Obama administration, since George Bush and the collapse of the war against the terrorists, and then after, give the big hit behind the back, the backstab behind the back to the United States, that is Barack Obama. The extreme collapse of the economy between the administration of George Bush Jr. and Obama. And this has now categorized into what is happening right now with Joe Biden, that the United States of America is not even on the top 10 capitalist countries of the world. And still, they're receiving millions. Still, they want to treat it like it is a #1 capitalist country. It looks like these globalists and these leftists are trying to make the United States pay for their American imperialism, like they say. But nobody talks about the Chinese imperialism. Nobody talks about the Asia imperialism as what is going on right now. So for everybody that is watching, this is actually the way that they're collapsing not only your country, but in my country. And if you see these things happening to your country, that this is the first phase of socialism in the Communist Manifesto, that these are the books that they're applying for every liberal. I have read these 3 books. The most difficult one to understand is the capitalist one. But the most easiest one is this one. This one is the much easiest one. It is the manual of how to achieve communism. And it is exactly what has happened to Castro, to Chavez, exactly what happened with, in the USSR. It is exactly what has been happening, and it is exactly the same. First book, Critical Program of Gotha. Second book, Das Kapital of Karl Marx. Third book, The Communist Manifesto. But these are the most concerning things. If your country is going through these points right here, if your countries are going through these particular points, and I will read them real fast, because this is first phase socialism. So if you consider yourself a socialist, and if you consider yourself, practically a guy that wants socialism, you must achieve these 10 points. So for everybody that is hearing a U.S. citizen that wants socialism, he wants this: abolition of private property, progressive taxes, abolition of rights to heritage, confiscation of property of migrants. There's no external capitalism. The United States will fail because the United States, their forte, it is the international capitalism. It is their international trade. That is the forte of the United States of America. So if you want to collapse the United States of America, you will end trade. That is the number 4. The centralization of credit, the banks taking control of everything, ending of money, ending of paper, Bitcoin, possibly. The centralization of communication and media. This is actually happening strongly in the United States of America as what is censorship. The expansion of enterprises of state. This is expropriating the industry. The Paris deal. Distribution of work. Everybody's the same. This is why they're trying to give you consistently the stimulus check. So you won't have a job. So you won't progress. So everybody will have the same salary and they will be qualified as the same individual. Another one, combine agriculture with industry and manufacturers to create one social class. And the last one, free education combined with industrial production. That is child labor. Everybody knows that education is not for free. For whatever you're trying to do, education is not free. You're going to have to pay it back to the state. And if you're suffering some of these points in your country, I will tell you, people, you are transforming into the first phase that is socialism. The first phase that is socialism. The second phase, it has only 3 points, 2 points that they're real easy. It is the new communism society, the new man, the man that thinks not me is we. And it is where there's no state property, there's no money, and there's no private property. Everything, it is controlled by one dictatorship, the government. Not even the state, the government controls it. It's actually has happening in Belarusia. It's actually happening in Cuba. It's actually happening in Venezuela. And as I have told you guys right now, not too long ago, for people that are saying, Oscar, you just put an example, only Cuba and Venezuela. These are all the countries that they have tried and failed. Socialism and communism. Almost half of the world has tried communism. They have tried communism and it has not worked. The USSR, Lithuania, Belarusia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Armenia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Lithuania, Moldavia, Estonia, China, Vietnam, Laos, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, Romania, Yugoslavia, Albania, Bulgaria, North Korea, Cuba, Cambodia, Ethiopia, Angola, Mozambique, Nicaragua, Afghanistan, Venezuela, and they're forgetting one that is Bolivia, and also right now it is Peru that is right now with the ideology to enter into a socialism country. And now nobody talks about how much people they have passed away due to socialism and communism, and how this transformation to communism and socialism has hurt humanity. USSR, 20 million people. China, 65 million. Vietnam, 1 million. North Korea, 2 million. Cambodia, 2 million. Eastern Europe, 1 million. Latin America, 150,000. Africa, 1.7 million. Afghanistan, 1.5 million. 94.3 million total. As people they have, and I'm just giving a synopsis of all the people that they have died and passed away due to communism and socialism. Now, this has affected into this. Your economy, it is not on the top 10. And I don't even want to talk about Mexico because Mexico's economy is on the 20-something, almost going on the 30-something of the world. Put attention to what is happening into your country. Put attention to what Ilhan Omar is doing, what Rashida Tlaib is doing, what Alexandria Ocasio is doing, what Veronica Escobar is doing, what Gavin Newsom is doing, what Kamala Harris is doing, what Nancy Pelosi is doing, what Joe Biden is doing, what all these people are doing into your country. Is the first phase of socialism, and they're pushing it really bad. So if you guys think that this 10 points that I just put right here, actually they're applicable right now into what is comparable in your country of the United States of America, welcome to the new transformation into the first phase of socialism. This is what they are trying to do to your country. It has a lot to do with the mass migration. It has a lot to do. This is why I have said, these are globalist people that they want socialism and communism. And ultimately, their goal is to bring one communist system into the world, a new world order. I have said this before. It is not QAnon, and it is not conspiracy theories. It is a reality. AMLO, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, he's a communist. He's a socialist. He wants this. He wants the expropriation of private property. He has told over here in Baja California, there's a private park that he wants to expropriate from our state to give it to the people. It is exactly the same thing that Venezuela did with Maduro, that Fidel Castro did with Cuba, that all these people that they have done to their countries that I just shown, and they have failed. All of these people. Joe Biden, another one that is a puppet, that if you see several different things from this 10 points of socialism, you will understand where their goal is and where their agenda is and where your country is going from here to 10 years. This is why I have said this. There's been 6 years of this migration that is collapsing your borders, and it's our borders in Mexico. 6 years since the globalist compact was brought by Barack Obama into the continent of America, and also Enrique Peña Nieto, our ex-president of Mexico. On 2014, on the ending of 2014, Barack Obama brought that globalist compact over here and put it on the hands of Enrique Peña Nieto to start this globalization of immigration. 2014, the ending of 2014. By now, it is almost 6 years. It is 6 years by now since this mass migration has started. Since this has been 6 years. Now, if we get 3 more years of this, 6 years, 3 more years of what Joe Biden is doing to your country, is going to be 9 years of this mass migration. You get another 4 years. If Joe Biden gets reelected and Kamala Harris, you're going to have 13 years of this mass migration to your country. Do you think this is going to stop? If nobody puts a stop to it, it's going to be ending, never ending, collapsing of the borders. One social class. Exactly what I'm pointing out right here. Exactly what this manifesto says. It is going to go on to 13 years of this mass migration. Your borders were inevitably going to collapse. Mexico, by that time, is going to be a complete disaster. And your borders are not going to be holding millions and millions of people coming in. I'm not exacerbating the situation, but I'm just looking forward at 4 more years right now. 4 more years I'm looking forward. And then the re-election of Joe Biden, if it happens. Another 4 years of this. And it is not going to stop. It is going to continue. We have to put attention to what these globalists, what these socialists, and what these communists want to do. These are 3 important books. A lot of people say, why you read those books, Oscar? That's the enemy. It is to know what the enemy is doing. This is a really important book that we have to read. Critical Program of Gotha by Karl Marx. This is the other one that is kind of difficult, but it's you need specific understanding for this. Das Kapital from Karl Marx. And also the last one, that this is the most important one, that is the Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx. If we read all these 3 books, we will know specifically what they are trying to do right now into our countries and what they are accomplishing into our countries. It's extremely important that we understand how they are trying to destroy our countries with communism and socialism. Really important. This is number 1 reason why you got this right now. And it is sad, but you got this, that in the top 10 most capitalist countries are Hong Kong, number 1, Singapore, number 2, New Zealand, number 3, Switzerland, number 4, Australia, number 5, Ireland, number 6, United Kingdom, number 7, Canada, number 8, United Arab Emirates, number 9, Taiwan, number 10, and then the number 12, you got the United States with the weakest points because of our massive government spending in poor fiscal. You never thought of that. Why the United States is sinking little by little. This is why the United States citizens need to get involved in their government. It's extremely important to you guys to understand what phase are you in. And you are in the socialistic phase. It is a reality. And Mexico is in the socialistic phase, and there we are going, almost jumping on the communistic phase if we re-elect somebody from the political party of Morena. We got 3 more years of AMLO over here. After that is another, there's no re-election after 6 years. There's a constitutional law. But after that, there's going to be another president that is going to bring another 6 years. Fight that political party because it is the same agenda. And it is pure dictatorship. But it's going to be under the wing of AMLO. As what is happening right now, Joe Biden is under the wing, and it's speculated under the wing of Barack Obama and all these leftist elites. Crazy. But it's a fact. Nobody talks about that. These millennials and these generations of crystals. If you see a millennial or a generation of crystal that wants this, watch out. Watch out. Because these are the 10 points of the first phase of socialism, and it is the automatic destruction of your country. It is the automatic destruction of your country. 10 points of socialism. And this is the phase one. When you accomplish phase one, you will have the transformation of the new man, that where you don't have the state does not exist, paper money does not exist, and private property does not exist also. How's everybody doing? Oscar Blue right here for Border Network News. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm live from Tijuana, Mexico, broadcasting you from Tijuana, Mexico. I will have a live feed later on this afternoon where the border of Canada, it is also collapsing with the mass migration, and the majority of the people that they're migrating from Canada to the United States illegally and irregularly are from Mexico. Sadly, are from Mexico. The border of Canada, it is collapsing little by little also with the United States of America. We have said this before. We have said this before, that the United States is a sandwich. It's in the middle of the bread. Is the jam. They're sandwiching the United States by Mexico and Canada, little by little pushing it to collapse, to adapt into the globalistic agenda, and to sign these globalist compacts, and to understand that whether you adapt or you adapt, that's what Canada's doing with Trudeau, and that's what AMLO wants for Mexico. This dictator, AMLO, not the Mexican people. The Mexican people are hardworking people, and they don't want this. But the president of Mexico, it is not your friend. It is not Donald Trump's friend. I don't know why the president, Donald Trump, thinks that AMLO is his friend. No, he's not. And also Trudeau, with his communistic ideologies, trying to transform. Look what they're doing in Canada. Free education and free healthcare. I just shown you one, and that is the last step. Let me bring it on right here. Again, I will bring it on right here so you guys can understand. Trudeau talks about free education. Number 10, what is it? Free education combined with industrial labor. Watch out. God bless everybody that is watching. Thank you so much for joining in. Try to explain a little bit on a synopsis. We're 48 minutes into the live feed. Thank you so much. Buy me a coffee is on top of the link if you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting. We're people funded. So God bless every single one of you. You can follow me at Facebook. You can follow me at YouTube, Instagram, Telegram, Twitter, and Getter. And also our new YouTube channel as Oscar L. Blue Independent Media. That is OEB, Independent Media. Thank you for contributing to our travel fund. We're going to be traveling in the next incoming weeks. So thank you so much for joining this live feed. We will have another live feed later on, as I was explaining to you guys, that the border of Canada with the United States of America, it is also being abused right now by irregular entrances through Canada and through the United States of America. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love. Because always your country is first. God bless.
Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and Good thing, Sarah, this canyon right here.
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
Couple of questions. So.
Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening?
Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country.
Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.